Hello everyone. So, I thought an update on the RCZ was well overdue. As some of you eagle-eyed viewers will be seeing, I've just revealed the 406 and you're probably thinking, has the RCZ disappeared? Well, it hasn't, and currently at this moment in time, or for the past month and a half, the 406 hasn't really been used, and this has been the daily car. It's been the works car, the show car, the race car, the everything else car. It's done everything. And I thought I'd do a little update because last time you saw me was probably 2 or 3 months ago. I did the facelift front end, I did the carbon roof arches, carbon roof. I've done a few subtle touches, although the RCZ itself is on hold for a little while the 406 is having too much spent on it. It needs a cam belt, rocker covers, rear calipers, discs pads at a bare minimum. So it's going to cost me a little bit. It's up with coil chambers, and this is the RCZ that I'm running around in again at the minute. So I'll run you through the changes I've made and the plans moving forwards. The RCZ's pretty much where it needs to be, although there are some things that are going to be coming which will be quite kind of interesting. So let's get looking at the car and I'll show you what's changed. Also, my MOT is due in 2 weeks' time, so fingers crossed we should go well. And I'll run you through what I've done as part of the modification work to get the car ready for its MOT. So I'm going to start off with down the side. When I bought the car, it was on a set of AP coilovers, and these coilovers were absolutely blown. So the 2 rears were shot, and I think it was the front passengers or front drivers. So all 3 were absolutely shot. Pretty much had no shocks. It was just springs, so it was pure bounce, and I was literally waiting for a spring to snap. So I actually ordered them in December last year, and it took until literally about 3 or 4 weeks ago until they came from ST, and they are now on. So I have got a separate installation video coming out for that to show you how to do the front and the rear. In addition to the front, I needed 2 sets of lower arms. Both the rear bushes were pretty naff. I've obviously done drop links previous when I bought it because they were bad, and the lower ball joints that the lower arms go into, I've done them, and a gearbox service. So the inner seal on passenger side was absolutely leaking out, so I've had to take the faceplate off, put a new seal in. Dry shaft inner was completely split and ruptured, so I've had to put a used one on there for now because I'm trying to source dry shafts and it's a bit of an issue. But that has sorted out that for now, and that's everything needed for the MOT. I have had, ever since I've had it, been plagued with a MAF issue, which originally I switched to the MAF over, it didn't do nothing, and what it was basically doing is, when I was putting my foot down or it was gathering up enough boost, it would just cut all boost. And basically the biggest telltale sign of it being MAF sensor related is because obviously you get codes, but the cruise control stopped working every single time. So I had to drive it really gently, because if I triggered it, the cruise control would stop working, then I'd have to sit for around a couple of minutes with the engine off for it to reset itself. So it's not necessarily something permanent, but it was something that was flagging up every time I was giving the car beans, which isn't really ideal when you want to drive a car, of course, something a bit sporty like this. And what I found with that was, it wasn't actually the MAF sensor itself, it was actually the wiring loom. So Jason, the chap that I used for all my bits, he gave me a wiring loom, sliced it off, I've wired it into the existing loom, so it's a newer plug off of a facelift car, same pins, same wires, all wired in, and it's now perfect. So it just goes to show sometimes things like wiring looms and wiring can be the issue over just the sensor and other parts involved with the engine's design, basically. Now, as you can see, it is sat how I want it to sit, so I'm going to get out of the way so you can see it. And I will say the rear end is currently sat lower than, or way lower than it needs to be. It's rubbing quite a bit. That's because I've got all of my bits in there for work at the moment. So currently it will be a little bit higher than that once the back comes back up. I adjusted the front down because before it was quite high on the front. However, obviously the back looks lower at the moment, which it is, but it won't be when it's finally not being used so much for work. And as you can probably also see, before you saw the car in the last video, these wheels were the original diamond cut / silver inlay, and they were wrecked. So these have been done. Now this is a BMW Cosmo grey. It's a grey with a bluish tinge. I tend to go for gunmetal grey on most of my cars. I mean, I don't really know why, I just do, but it's quite nice in the sun. So we'll jump around the other side and we'll show you the side profile. But other than that, there's not much else I've really done. I'm going to throw you in my hand now and just run you around and show you a few cosmetic bits and plans for the future. So, what have I done recently? Obviously the bits I've mentioned regarding the suspension. Just to mention, the rear beam's also polybushed, so the rear end is really good. Front end's also pretty much there. The only thing I've got left to do is the inner and outer tie rods, which are going to get done in literally a couple of weeks when I can get the alignment booked up. So at the minute it's tracking slightly left, but it's going to be literally perfect when that is all done. Now, what I've done on the cosmetic side of things so far, I still haven't given it a proper detail, a proper polish, proper clay bar, all that sort of thing. Nothing yet, so I will admit I'm severely lacking in that sense at the moment. However, I have painted the bottom lip here of the grille in gloss black, which looks fantastic. But as we come round to the back, it's not so obvious, more subtle, but I have also painted the inside plastic on the spoiler and the lower diffuser here as well. And that's really all that I've had done. The other main thing, other than the tints and the chromes, you can't really see it in this light. I'll have to put a photo on here. But I have gone and got myself a lovely orange screen. Now, actually, in this light, you can't really see it. But I will put a photo in here now so you can see. Some people like it, some people don't. However, I think it suits the car really well. Helps it stand out. And I think it looks really good. We've got the few carbon touches, a little bit of gloss black. The orange windscreen, it goes really, really well. The only thing I'm probably going to change is the badges. I'm going to go probably with a gloss black or a carbon, just to sort of go with the look on the front and the rear. And obviously it needs a proper detail. Now, in terms of the body, the front bumper probably needs painting again because it's already got loads of stone chips and marks in it. It was obviously a white bumper before, so it's even worse because you've got all those white little dimples coming through, which doesn't look ideal. And then the next part of the car that does severely need painting is the rear bumper. So it's got a parking sensor that's been changed at some point, and that is black. I've got scratches here, and it's just not looking its best. Up around here, there is a slight graze. I don't think this has had a bump, but it's had a slight graze here. So I will probably get this blended in, probably the wing, because there's a few stone chips in the wing. Get this whole lot blended back. All this bumper done, and that'll probably be it in terms of paintwork and things like that. So there's not really much else to do with this, other than to add the lip kits. And at the moment, as I've already said previously, the 406 requires the money being spent at the minute to get it back on the road, because at the moment it's not been on the road and it's been quite a pain in the ass. So once that's all done, of course, I'm going to get a full Maxton kit. I've got the rears. I did find a set of rears. I need a front and a set of side skirts, sorry, and a front lip. And I'm going to import a spoiler lip that I haven't seen anyone else use or have from Europe. Other than that, it just needs a good mop, polish, and of course, before that, a decent clay bar, and it would be mint. So there's not really much else to say. Interior-wise, there hasn't been too many changes. There is a big one coming soon. Once my 406 is back on the road, I'll be using that to collect my new seats. I've got a new set of seats to go in the front of here, so these will be coming out. I will give these away to free to anyone that wants them. Bolster's a bit worn here. There's a split in the leather here. They're probably not really worth a lot. The interiors on these just don't really go for much. But if anyone does want a set of seats for free for a van or something, be my guest, because they'll be coming off when the 406 back in the next few weeks. The door handles on these, they were pitted and ruined, so I've had these wrapped. Gloss black, nothing special. And I've also got the silver gear knob, which is on facelift models, or select facelift models, GT lines, RCZs, just RCZRs, but obviously mine's got the black inlay rather than the red you get with the R, so there's not really too much that's changed in there. I'll just show you the colour difference with the windscreen. So this windscreen is a sort of multicoloured orange look to it, and it makes the inside of the window very blue. So as you can see, if you come between the two windows here, you can see the colour difference probably between these two. You can just see there's a slight bluey tinge. So just be aware that if you do get these tints on the front, that they can affect the inside view and you may not like it. And depending on what colour you get, you obviously get the opposite colour of what you put on it on the inside of the windscreen as well. And also to mention, this is an 85%. So this is actually a legal tint. I've got it from a website that only sells legal chameleon tints. And of course I've had mine blended in with my tint sunstrip here as well, which I think looks pretty good. But other than that, there's not really too much else to go over at the moment, other than it's still here. I was debating to sell it at one point, which was very silly of me. As you can see, I've obviously changed my mind. And yeah, the MOT's due, so we'll have the MOT done in a few weeks, see how that goes. And really, that is all there is to say about the RCZ at the minute. All I'm going to say is, basically, it's not going anywhere unless something catastrophic happens. The same with the 406, so these are going to be my dynamic duo for the Peugeots, and I probably will add a third addition to the Peugeot family later on in the year as well, because it's another vehicle that I've got my eye on. So it's starting to build, and it's building fast. I'm going to have too many of them soon. I'm going to be like one of these men that has like 20 Peugeots just rotting away. I'm only kidding. I'll do my best. But yeah, these two at the minute are costing me plenty of money, plenty of time, and I'm very excited to be taking this to Peugeot Festival along with the 406 when that's all done. So yeah, let me know in the comments, what do you think? How does it look? Do you like the progress? Some people have said to me, don't put the lip kits on. I'm going to. It's going to be done. It's got to be done. But yeah, it's exciting. I'm very happy with it. Also, some eyebrows will be a nice addition, so that'll be something else I'll be looking to get. Need to source a set of 207 ones, maybe do a video of fitting them, cutting them and fitting them, or maybe I'll just pay the extortionate amount of money and buy the actual ones that are over in Europe for like 150 or whatever they are, that are the direct fit. But we'll see. But yeah, other than that, it's been super great, super reliable, super cheap to run, even with the fuel prices at the minute, and yeah, you're going to see more of it to come. So coming up very soon, I'll have the full video of the suspension install, and I will catch up with you all very soon about both my Peugeots, when the 406 is back, and when I've got another update about this one. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon in the next video.